we got to go to the bathroom, we don't have time to go, and it's so far, like we have buses that park like maybe, I don't know, I'm not good with measurements, but let's say like a quarter mile from the terminal, from where we could go to the bathroom. And by the time we get off the bus and maybe get halfway or maybe get just to the building, it's time for us to get back to the bus. And this is just on like what they call recovery time. A lot of buses don't even have recovery time, much recovery time. I might have like, on my particular run, I have 7 minutes of recovery time. From when I get out of that bus, with me coming from that bus to where the bathrooms are, just to the building to where the bathrooms are, by the time I get to the building, it's time for me to leave already. And I got to go in there to the bathroom, and make sure, the bathroom is ready, then if the stall is occupied, that's another. And mostly every time I do that, I'm coming back to the bus late, and people are like, where are you? We got to get to work, why are you, and then sometimes, like, if I have to go, and I am already, a couple of minutes behind schedule, or I'm supposed to get into the bus terminal at, let's say, 43 minutes after the hour, and I'm supposed to leave at 10 minutes of the hour. Now, sometimes I run late because, one of the things we have to do, we have to pick up wheelchair passengers. They do not incorporate the time to pick up a wheelchair passenger into our time schedule. They sit up in the office with a ruler, and, they say, well, from point A to point B, it takes 20 minutes to get from point A to point B, but they don't figure it, the turn, here or turn there, or stoplight here, or 2 minutes at a stoplight here, so sometimes I get down to the terminal, and it's just about time to take off, but I have to, go relieve myself, and I have to stop the bus, sort of get permission to, to go to the restroom, and then I get out, and then, the passengers, they don't understand this, they're like, well, why are you leaving? We're supposed to leave at 10 minutes up, it's like, I don't have time to go to the bathroom. I got to go straight to the bathroom, and get back. And now I'm running behind schedule. A lot of times when you run behind schedule, it's hard to make it up because you get one bus, or, like when I'm like, let's say I'm supposed to be somewhere at 10 minutes of the hour, and now I'm 10 minutes late. So now the people that are at the stop, usually the person that's at the stop, there would have been one person at the stop at 10 minutes, of the hour. But now there's like 7 or 8 people at that particular stop. And, that makes you run later and whatnot, because people have the dollar bills they're trying to get in, or they have change, and they don't figure all this into the time for when they're scheduling the bus, and it makes it hard, real hard on the driver, to just to, get out and whatnot, go to the bathroom or whatever, and it's a shame, like my brother was saying, these guys, they sit up in the office, they could get up and go anytime to the bathroom, or, drink a drink of water and whatnot, we have to, like, maybe wait till we get to the end of our route. And if there's a bathroom, and a lot of the routes don't even have a bathroom at the end of their route. I do Route 10, and the end of my route is, one end of my route is Beardsley and Stratford Avenue. If I ever, there's no bathroom right there at that point. If I ever had to get out to go to the bathroom, I have to walk maybe a few minutes to go to the bathroom, and then, another few minutes to get back to the bus, and once you do that, you're late. And on the other end of my route, which is Fairfield Woods and Stilson, there's no bathrooms at all. And I was disciplined or given counseling, what they call counseling, for parking my bus where there was a bathroom at, and getting out of my bus and going to the bathroom there. Now, going to the bathroom there would have took me like maybe 2 minutes to get out of my bus and walk to that bathroom there, and maybe another minute or two to get back to my bus, and I'd have been, on schedule, on time. But I was like written up, what they call disciplinary action and whatnot, and because I was parking near that they say it was an unsafe place to park, which, some places are unsafe to park, but a lot of times we don't have no choice. The other choice is parking on Black Rock Turnpike, and I was told that if I park on Black Rock Turnpike, I would get a ticket. Then it takes longer to get from Black Rock Turnpike to where that bathroom is, and it's like...
How long have you been an operator for?
38 years.
And what's your general sense about how other operators feel about this issue?
My general sense about how it's terrible. Bathroom breaks are terrible. Some runs, they don't even have 2 minutes to recover on the end. I think recently they might have improved some of the runs, gave them a little more recovery time. But a lot of runs, one in particular is the number 15. That goes from the bus terminal. It stops at Target up at Harley Lane. And there's no time to get out of the bus at Target at Harley Lane. Once you get in the Harley Lane, you're supposed to leave. You pick up and load up and then leave. There's no time to go to the bathroom. If a person had to go to the bathroom and relieve themselves, they would have to go in there, and then they would be running late. Then on the other end of that run is Derby train station. There's nowhere to go to the bathroom at Derby train station. It's crazy. As a matter of fact, I just had to change my routine, my diet. Not recently, like I said, I've been there 38 years, so I've been doing this for years. But instead of me, because I don't have time to stop the bus to go out and get a sandwich, at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock, whatever, a set time. So what I do every day is I drink smoothies. I make a smoothie in the morning and drink probably 20 ounces of the smoothie in the morning. And then come 11 o'clock, I have a set time when I'm at one of my points. I think it's around 11:13 or so. But I drink my other part of my smoothie, and I have some nuts and things that I carry inside the bus, so I don't have to get out of the bus and walk to a store and buy a Snickers, or get out of the bus and walk to a store and buy a snack, because I don't have time to. So I actually had to change the way I eat. You don't have time even to go, let's say you went to McDonald's to get a sandwich. You don't have time to stand on the line and wait, if you had to stand on the line. It's crazy. The optimum solution for me would be to increase the time the buses are scheduled for. One of the solutions, I think, besides increasing the time for the buses to be scheduled for, is like they do in New York. The bus would pull into, let's say, the bus terminal where we pull into. The driver would get out of the bus. Another driver would come on and take that particular route. Now I have 15 or 20 minutes in the bus terminal, or 10 or whatever amount of time in the bus terminal to do whatever I have to do. And then I would go on and get on a different bus, another bus. But I won't, I would have, time to get out of my bus and go do what I have to do. And then someone else would, so the buses would stay on schedule. They would come and, take that particular bus and keep it en route. But I think the main thing would be to increase the time on the buses, because, they don't figure out the lights that we have to stop to, the dollar bills that we have to get into the bus, or the change that we have to get into the bus. The union has, it always talks with the management, about, these particular breaks that we need to have, how these particular runs. And the union sees, because they go into the office every time. They see it more than we do. They go into the office every time a driver is to be disciplined because he had to go to the bathroom, or, because he was stopping and the bus is late, a couple of minutes, and the reason why the bus was late. And half of the time, 90% of the time, it's because, the driver had to get out to go to relieve himself. And on the way back, they may have got a cup of coffee or something on the way back after they relieved themselves and whatnot. But that's the reason why the union has to go into the office half of the time, because we don't have enough time to do stuff. There has been a little more time allowed to go to the restroom, but not enough time. Like I say, a lot of the times, they figure, okay, from point A to point B, it takes this amount of time to go from point A to point B. Like I said, I've been doing it 38 years, and 30 years ago, I might have had 2 minutes to get out of the bus and go to the bathroom. 38 years later, now I got 7 minutes to do, what's gonna take me some 10 minutes to do, and to get back on, so.